Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Amanda Alexander, and if you don't know who I am the owner of Sign on the Dotted Line Transaction Management. I also am a licensed realtor with eXp Realty. And so today I just kind of wanted to go over transaction management and what that actually is. First, I want to start off with my past and my experience, some of the things that might set me apart from another transaction management company or transaction manager. So I do have 13 years of experience in the real estate sales industry. I first started back in 2008 in Washington State for a broker, and then 5 years later moved to Florida. So I've been in Florida for 8 years. Been in a couple different brokerages. Keller Williams probably was my longest spree, and then jumped onto the eXp team a couple years ago. So I have extensive background in the real estate industry. I know the contracts backwards and forwards. I've sold, so I have experience with all sorts of different situations. So I think that in itself sets me apart from maybe some of the others just by, having that experience in the industry. And I will also tell you that I do not hire anybody who has not sold real estate or has a real estate license. For me and for my company, I feel that is important to have. I don't feel like we can service our realtor partners properly without having the proper background and experience. And so I'm going to dive into what transaction management really is and talk to you about our processes and kind of how we handle a transaction. So first of all, we have a system and a process in place that is really great for being able to handle multiple files at a time. So right now we're currently doing 30 plus files a month and growing rapidly. I've brought on another TC for 2021, and I have just recently got my license in North Carolina, so I'm expanding up there as well. So the platform that we use is specifically for transaction management, and it allows us to do many files at a time. Keeps the timelines, keeps the contacts, keeps tasks, just make sure that we're not missing anything on any of the files. So how it works is you'll submit your executed contract to me as soon as it gets executed. And I have a new contract submission link that each of my realtors has, and they will fill out all the information that I'm asking, and they will attach the contract and the addendums to that link. From there, I basically take over the transaction. I'm going to input all of the information into my platform, all of the contacts. I'm going to look at the contract, look at all of the dates and input those. I'm going to review the contract to make sure we're not missing any initials or signatures or anything like that. Because as realtors, as you know, we get busy, we get in a hurry, and there may be an initial or a signature or something that we miss. And if we miss an initial or a signature on a contract, it's not truly executed, right? So we try to make sure that we're not missing any of those pieces. From there, depending on the realtor and how they like to run their business, I will order inspections for them, or I will provide inspectors to the client for them. If I'm on the selling side of the contract, I will make sure that we know when the inspection's being scheduled, so we don't have an unannounced inspector coming to the house. And then we will gather the HOA and the condo documents if we are on the buyer side of it from the listing agent. If we are on the selling side of it, we will make sure that we provide those documents to the buyer in a timely fashion, depending on the days on the contract. But typically we like to get those to the buyer immediately. I will be contacting the lender, whether it's on the selling side or on the purchasing side, making sure the lender has the contract, of course, making sure they have the earnest money deposit and any addendums, And I will be checking to make sure the buyer has made loan application in a timely fashion. And that, again, is whether I am working on the buying side or on the selling side. It's important that we have communication with the lender throughout the entire transaction. I will make sure that the appraisal is ordered on time in a timely fashion, after the home inspection, of course, making sure we have the home inspection contingency met and that everybody is in agreement going forward after the home inspection. And again, making sure that home inspection contingency is met. Timelines are super important here. That's the bulk of my job, is just to make sure all these timelines are met. Also getting the title commitment, making sure the survey's ordered, making sure that the estoppels are ordered, and in lien searches are super important. We definitely don't want a buyer taking title on a property where there are outstanding liens or open permits, things like that. And then before closing, I will reach out to each of the parties. Depending on which side I'm working on, I will coordinate with the title company, the lender, and the buyer to make sure that we have a closing date and time set and a place so they know where they're going. I will make sure that we have the CD. If it's a financed property, I will make sure that we've reviewed the CD, that the buyers reviewed the CD within the 3-day period to make sure that the time clock has started on that 3-day window. Make sure there's no discrepancies on the CD, and then make sure that the title company has sent the client their wiring instructions and their final amount due, and made sure the buyer has called the title company to verify the wire instructions. Super important there, as you all know, where there's a lot of fraud going on. So we make it very clear to our clients that if ever they get an email regarding any wire instructions or anything pertaining to a wire, that they are to call the title company for verification, that they are never to send funds without that. And then we will make sure that everybody is on the same page as far as, where the keys, the garage door openers are, basically access to the property, either for the buyer or for us as the seller, letting the buyer's agent know where those things are at for closing, making sure that we get the final walkthrough signed, and getting another piece of this too is getting your DA to the title company. So not only do I handle the transaction and the date piece of this, but I also handle the compliance piece of this on the EXP side. So I didn't mention this before, but I am EXP exclusive, meaning I only work with EXP agents. So I am very well versed with SkySlope. I know it very well. I work in it all day long. And so compliance is a piece of this, and I make sure that your file is compliant on the day of closing, so that we're able to get your DA, and so that you're able to get paid at the closing table. And that's really super important to you, right? This is why we do it, to make a living. So there's a lot of other things that go on in a transaction, as you all know. And so a lot of that I do help take care of. Here are some things that I do not do. I do not write contracts. I've had a lot of agents ask me, if I'm in a bind, can you write a contract for me? No. I can write a contract, yes, but will I do it for you? No. Here's why. E&O. My errors and omission insurance will not allow me to do that. And really, the fact of the matter is, you guys, you're their agent. You should be writing their contracts, right? That's not my job. My job is to make sure that you get to the closing table. Will I write addendums for you? Yes, I will do that. If you have an inspection and you've got some items that you need to be requesting from the seller to repair, any repairs or anything like that, I will ask you to send me an email with what you want the addendum to state, and I basically will copy and paste whatever you tell me to do on an addendum, and I will send it off for signatures from both parties and make sure that it goes, to whoever. If it's a credit, if there needs to be a credit issued, it will go to the title company, and every party will get copies of that. So I will do that. I will order inspections if you want me to. I will coordinate appraisals and appraisers and getting them into the property. Pretty much I'll do most everything other than negotiating pieces. So I don't write contracts and I will not negotiate for you. Again, that's an errors and omissions thing, and I don't want to put my 2 cents or my foot where it doesn't belong. So with that being said, that is pretty much what I do as a transaction manager. I'm based in Florida. I'm licensed in Florida, and as I said before, I just got my license in North Carolina, so I will be taking on realtors from there as well, and my next state will be Tennessee. My goal here is to grow this into several different states. I no longer actively sell real estate actively. I take referrals, and I do have a small team that I refer my stuff out to. But the transaction management company is my baby. It has grown like wildfire this year, which I'm so thankful for all of you agents that are using me. And I look forward to working with more and more EXP agents throughout the US right now, just in the 2 states, and Tennessee is on the way. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My cell phone number is 727-871-0515. You can also email me at alexanderllctc20@gmail.com. I am on Workplace. In the EXP Workplace, you'll see me in there a lot. And so, again, it should be super easy for you to reach out to me. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.